Rest, ice, compression and elevation made a difference. And look at this here.
At that.
The white shaded area on Jack's untreated leg shows the extent of the bruising, whereas on the other leg, the one I treated, there's no bruising at all. Massive.
Wow.
You know, this is classic soft tissue injury, and there's a lot of damage being done to that right leg.
And that's why it's still so much more painful and so much less mobile.
Absolutely right. The key thing here for me is look at the left leg.
It's gone.
Absolutely nothing at all.
It's completely gone.
You look at the difference between the two, just with something as simple as rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Oh, it's the gold standard.
Just amazing though, isn't it?
My name is Arnold Baker, and I am in constant pain.
The next problem is one that's going to affect most of us in later life, and the pain that goes with it is chronic.
This is a typical month's worth of medication that I take.
It's a disease of the joints.
I can't take one step in front of me without pain.
You've probably heard of arthritis. Well, the most common form of arthritis is osteoarthritis. It causes stiffness of the joints and, above all, pain.
I used to enjoy fishing. Very, very reluctant to do anything like that now because I don't want the pain that comes with it.
Osteoarthritis is making not just Arnold's life a misery, but 8 million sufferers in the UK too. Time to get to the bottom of Arnold's pain. I've got a very special piece of kit here, which is actually going to listen to the inside of your joints, and I'm going to play that back to you so we can actually both listen to what's going on. So what we would normally hear is absolutely nothing. Away you go. Bend the leg, that's it. And straighten.
Very significant, isn't it?
It is indeed.
But what is making that terrible noise? We need to find out exactly what's going on inside Arnold's joints. Time for some more state-of-the-art kit.
Well, let's not oversell it now, Jack. But this is a pretty accurate model of the knee joint that I've knocked up in the basement. What we've got here is the brick's the bone, and then this plastic part is the cartilage in between the joint.
That is so smooth.
Beautiful and smooth, isn't it? But what often happens, what starts off osteoarthritis is often this injury to one of these surfaces, to the cartilage itself. So let's injure the surface. 10 years worth of damage. 10 years worth of damage coming onto those surfaces. And imagine, this is what we're talking about with Arnold. This is his knee, this is his ankles. All of a sudden, we can hardly move it. It's grating and it's grinding. Oh, that's it. Until eventually, all of this surface then goes
Bone on bone.
and that's what we end up with. A joint that's not going to move and is incredibly painful.
Even sounds painful.
And that's osteoarthritis.
Not something that you want to have.
So it's no wonder that osteoarthritis is painful. But there's something even worse that's causing problems for Arnold. Because pain itself has nasty hidden consequences.
Pain isn't just a feeling, it's a condition that affects your whole body and your mind.
Go on!
And after suffering myself twice already in the name of science, I'm now going to put Greg's body on the line to prove it. Good morning, Prof.
How are you, Doc? You got something for me there?
We have something in store for you today.
Am I going to enjoy it?
You're gonna love it.
What on earth is that, mate? It looks like some sort of torture outfit.
Yes, close. It's called an osteosuit.
Right.
It is a specially designed simulator of what it's like to live with osteoarthritis. And you are going to be squeezed into it.
Wow.
And we're going to measure just how stressful it is through the pain and discomfort you feel.
The whole day?
You are going to be in this all day.
So, what exactly will a whole day of pain do to Professor Greg's godlike body?
This is a breathing rate monitor.
Right, okay.
I'm going to measure Greg's heart rate and the stress hormone cortisol, which occurs naturally in all our bodies. At the moment, they're both at normal levels. But when Greg puts on this special suit, his joints will feel as if they've aged by 20 years.
Perfect.
Ball bearings and straps in the suit will rub and squeeze Greg's joints.
Those are very colourful.
You're not supposed to comment on that.
To be honest with you.
Instantly, that's not very pleasant.
OK, let me
Really?
just make sure that the ball bearings are all...
What, dug into the back of my neck? Oh.
Does it hurt when I do that?
Yeah.
We're off, let's go.
This is going to be a long day.
Now I've trussed him up in his suit, I've told the prof to drive himself to our test location.
Just turning your neck is absolute agony. Just those little things that you just don't expect to be a problem. Just gripping the steering wheel. Agony on the hands.
Come on, Greg, you should be taking these two at a time. So where have I made the Olympian professor painfully drag himself to?
This is incredible.
Wembley Stadium, for my specially designed pain-testing assault course.
It's not quite football. We've got an urban obstacle course, so you can experience, as an osteoarthritis sufferer, what it's like to do simple tasks that every day we take for granted, but you'll understand how difficult it is and how painful it is to do that.
So you brought me to Wembley for a domestic obstacle course.
With a little bit of football.
I'll take it.
The pain Greg's feeling from the suit is a continuous ache in his joints, but I'm going to add to his pain by attaching collars which give electric shocks.
It's meant to be realistic.
No, it's not just for fun. An intermittent jabbing pain, like this,
You ready?
Yeah, go on.
OK.
is what it's like when bone rubs on bone. Ouch.
Ready?
Ready?
Set.
Yep.
Go.
You have to keep doing that.
Come on, you're a strong lad.
When, and if, Professor Greg finishes the course, I'll have some actual results which will show what this pain is doing to his body.
You're going to make me a cup of tea. A nice cup of tea.
Bit of milk in. Agony! Yeah, thanks, mate.
Come on. Some ironing.
Oh, here we go. Right.
That's it. You're making a real hash of this. Look, it's even worse than it was.
It's the big
Come
one.
on. This is it. This is it.
Yes! You beauty!
He shoots, he scores. And now for the all-important results. Turns out Greg's heart rate has doubled and his stress hormone cortisol is up by 1/3. Not good news. In fact, pain causes stress, and suffering high stress levels for a long time increases the risk of bigger health problems like cardiovascular disease, liver and kidney disease, and even cancer.
Oh, man, if that is osteoarthritis, I never want it. Simple as that.
We've looked at what causes osteoarthritis pain and discovered the worrying effect that it has on the body. Osteoarthritis can't yet be cured, so what can we do to reduce the pain? Well, the first way is probably the last thing you'd expect, moving the joints more.
Hey, Arnold. Great to see you. What we're going to try and do is to cut your pain, and the key is actually exercise.
So pop yourself down there. I want you to pop your legs, your feet, up onto this plate. Not particularly easy. It might seem strange to get Arnold to use his joints more when it's obvious they hurt so much. But just like Holly, exercise is actually going to help him. So to some extent what we're doing is we're forcing the mobility here, but at the same time we're improving the flexibility, and now we extend up, and what we're doing there is we're improving the strength as well.
The second thing Arnold needs to do to beat pain is lose weight.
This is basically a treadmill in the water.
Because the lighter he is, the less weight he'll put on his joints, and the less pain he'll feel.
Good man. Excellent. We go. That's it. Perfect. Right.
As this clever piece of kit shows.
This piece of kit here is actually going to reduce your weight while you're walking.
Wow.
Amazing, OK? So, what's the sort of pain that you've got?
Well, I would say it's moderate.
Yeah. So out of 10, on a 10 scale?
6.
OK, so about 6 out of 10, just
Yeah.
walking along.
Yeah.
OK, so you're obviously in pain. That's at your full body weight.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now, Arnold, is bring you down to 75% of your body weight, OK? And can you feel it sort of lifting you up slightly?
Yes, ever so slightly, yeah.
Quite nice?
Also
Oh, hello. All we're doing here is we're using air pressure to reduce the amount of force that's going through those ankles and those knees. What's the pain like now? How are the ankles and the knees feeling?
It seems to have improved already, I would say 4 to 5 now.
It shows you really nicely how we can actually just reduce your body weight, we can reduce the pain.
It's a great thing to feel the benefit almost immediately. I think we're on the right direction now.
Good.
I hope so.
Excellent. Good man.
Right.
As with Holly, we've designed Arnold a 6-week regime that we think will help him beat his pain. Talking of Holly, remember her bad back? Well, she's been busting a gut for nearly 3 weeks, desperate to strengthen her core muscles, eliminate pain, and get her life back. I've come to see how she's getting on. So importantly, Holly, how's the back doing?
Back, so far, is absolutely excellent now.
And that's only 2.5 weeks in, so...
Posture as well. I noticed I'm walking a lot more upright than what I was before.
Incredible progress. 2.5 weeks ago, Holly couldn't exercise. What we've done is we've strengthened her back, almost eliminated that pain, and she's back exercising fully, and the quality of her life has risen. Fantastic.
It's an amazing recovery by Holly. And what about Arnold?
I'm incredibly happy for you.
Well,
You've got a
thank
smile
you.
on your face.
Yeah.
And this is you a few weeks ago, worried about going for a stroll. That's brilliant. You happy?
Yes, I think there's been a change in mood. I'm more confident in my joints.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be getting stronger.
Yeah.
After just 3 weeks of regular training, Arnold's already needing fewer and fewer painkillers.
You gone fishing.
And not just that, he's worked so hard to beat the pain that we're able to join him for a very special fishing trip. His first in 7 years.
Lucy makes a shocking discovery about Ian in EastEnders, next on BBC One. And then Panorama investigates evidence of racist violence ahead of Euro 2012 at 8:30.